last time, we and the buddies went to live most as a samurai. I was there as just a passerby, Limsa Leminson. I was called upon by the Admiral to take part in helping deal with another blasphemy running amok across the shores of Limsa. Had to get the crew back together. Commanded them for a bit. It's not my forte, but I feel like I did a good job. We were able to broker more of a deal with the Sahagan. However, when we first actually faced the beast, none of us were really able to overcome its bizarre etheric suppressing abilities. Fortunately, that day we were not alone, as the Admiral has long since had a guardian angel, so to speak, following behind. Met with him, and he agreed to help us in the next go. We watched as the blasphemy, who was once the brood mother of the Sahagan, crush her child beneath her foot, and did battle with them once again. We were victorious, and once more the League of Champions disbanded into the unknown depths. And that concludes the tale of last time. I have no idea how to use the screen. I have no idea how to use the plugin to make this do things either. So I'm just standing here holding a guitar pretending. Like it's... This time, we're off to Doma. How is everybody? At the further check, can I be heard? So I know that... Would you believe me if... That's great. Would you believe me if I told you that 99.9% of my guild goes in fact into clothes? Physical range DPS roll quest. In Doma, the path towards lasting peace grows longer still, with the dreaded manifesto of blasphemy together with Hira and Yugiri. You investigate the claims that Izanami, Kami, a keeper of all living and dead, has returned to restore balance, and in doing so, discover a seemingly bottomless well of buried grief. No, granted I can't say that. I spent 5 million gil a day trying to hijack the market. I would love it if I could do that. That'd be great. Though I do know there are actually people who are paid to stand in the streets and just yell, "Our guild is accepting people to join them." Those aren't bots that you will see popping up in the chat. Those are actual players being paid 1,000,000 gil an hour to do that. Do mine eyes deceive me? Lady Relina! Oh, thank the Kami. Lord Yen has requested assistance in the resolution of a most urgent matter. The hunt of a fell beast believed to be a blasphemy. Though we make great strides in ensuring the safety of our people, we fear even our finest shinobi will be no match for this enemy. Our commands the skies of Doma. But as your talent for striking down foes at distance beyond compare, I can think of no other one better to aid us in overcoming this adversity. That I don't know. I don't typically hang around the streets long enough to count the number of times they pop up. Oh, Kami be praised. I shall inform Lady Yugiri that she may receive you with the Roman Enclave. Safe travels, Lady Relina. Not far away from Doma. It's good to see you, Relina. When we received word that you of all people had answered our call, I could scarcely believe it. But here you are. You knew you could have called me for anything. Lord Hien will be pleased with this reunion. We are with here, Lord. Well, the Mikami should guide your steps toward Donovan's goal. It was such fortuitous timing. Pray forgive me for not informing you a hero's welcome, but time is not on our side. Not long after receiving word of men transforming into hideous beasts in Bethlehem, a similar creature was born of a woman in Shara. After attacking another villager, they took their disguise and fled. But where, we know not. And all too cruel was the fate for this one slave was among the visitors returned to us in a deplorable exchange with us. Just when they had last begun to place peace or life together. This blasphemy must be stopped. Alas, the foe is wont to keep to the skies, well beyond the reach of our samurai and shinobi. Lest we seek the aid of those who push the ranged combat, able to pluck the beast from the heavens. Of course, martial prowess alone will not resolve our problems. Others have turned into weaker, no less gruesome abominations. As was the case in Bethlehem, our numbers increased by the day. But what I understand, this phenomenon is not unlike a sickness, which spreads by feeding on fear and anxiety. Emotions which afflict and beyond abundance. Slain peace means nothing in people's hearts cannot be peace. Lord Hien! You have to help. The villagers, they... Sir, please, calm yourself and tell us what happened. Another has returned in Namai, my lord. For blessing, no one was harmed, but the beast flew into a rage. But the people are in panic. I fear what may happen next. It would seem we have even less time than I thought. Worry not. We will see to the beast. As of yet, there is no cure for this affliction. We will save what lives we can, I promise you. You must trust you are ready to join the fray. There was last seen the Gustave Basin. Come, I will show you. The beast was right here. I swear it. I thank you for leading us here. It is not safe. Please return to your village. We should split up if we are to carry out any change of findings. Rena, would you see to the west? I will search in the north. You agree? I'll leave the east to you. If you find it, remember, these blasphemies are no longer people. They will not hesitate to strike you down, so you must deal. Now, let us not waste any more time. So how are you both doing? Good. Are you all right? We are shouting. I came as fast as we could. It would appear Relina arrived not a moment too soon. Why? Why did you kill my brother? Your brother? Young man, that creature was not your kin. Not anymore. Had she not laid it to rest, it would have killed you and countless others. But if your heart cries out for one to blame, let it be me. The beast was slain at my behest, for it was the only way. No. No, you're wrong. You killed him. Murdered him. I hate you. Niece, what are you doing here? Searching for Tonbo, though clearly you found him first. The monster was his older brother, as you have guessed, and Tombo gave chase the moment he ran off. I beg you forgive him for his outburst. His brother was all he had left. Their father was conscripted by the Empire, and was regrettably not among those returned to us in the recent exchange of prisoners. The hope that they might one day be reunited was their only comfort when the victory was still ruled. I can only imagine how they felt when she walked into a shadow of her former self. Tsuyu may have had no memories of the monster she was, but the victims still see her in their dreams. Nevertheless, like many, the brothers prayed your mercy would see their family restored. But when they learned of her death and of your father's absence, the pride of hope and hate all at once, they had nothing. My apologies for rambling. No. It was a rather enlightening tale. I spared the woman who brought him pain. I took the brother who brought him comfort. I would hate me too. I swear I will set things right for Tombo, for all the people at Dole. Please return home, miss, and be safe. Let us return to the Dominant Enclave. This ordeal has given me much to consider. Apologies for no stream last week. There was another random burst of fireworks like an hour before I would start streaming. I should blame goblins more often. Made you an executioner in Tombo's eyes. But there have been not the one he went to step down the beasts his brother had become. We haven't time to dwell on events, but what should have been done? No, we need to take action. And after hearing of Tombo and his brother, I believe I know what this will do. A great many of our brothers and sisters returned to us in prisoner stage. Even so, there are those who are yet to remain lost to us. Meanwhile, Matsuyu, who was directly responsible for much of people's suffering, was never held accountable for her crimes. In death, she claimed vengeance for her suffering at the hands of her brother. There came an expense of justice for her countless victims. People don't have every right to resent me for failing them and their grief. But what are those who cannot bring themselves to do even that? Or let alone with their anger and pain? They may well give way to despair, then they will share the same fate as Tombo's brother. Yes. Which is why must we, these requests consider who else may share in life's anguish, how we find ourselves beset by more beasts. We begin making rounds in the villages to inquire through those who their neighbours will leave into more distress than fate. Very good. I and the other shinobi shall be taking our search for the blasphemy, which set these events in motion. And you, my friend, we all have need of your talent again ere long. Rest assured, we will keep you for praise of our findings. Ravina, we have yet to ascertain the whereabouts of the blasphemy from your son. But for blessing we have received no reports of others that have done it. Lord Hill, for his part, has made a concerted effort to go out about the villages and converse with the subjects directly. Despite his constant presence as a servant ally, always feels. It's what you'd expect. So we're being dedicated and diligent. A few years from people wait at all. I might go and visit what should have been his last destination. Sorry. When they asked for you to accompany me. Thank you. I'm sure there's no cause for concern. But nonetheless, I should be glad to find you quickly. Been enjoying the Yu-Gi-Oh stream the last couple of days. Well, it was very amusing to watch the yesterday when GX went into Battles Beyond Time without. Yes, there is. There is a Yu-Gi-Oh official channel on Twitch now that is just streaming Yu-Gi-Oh. Last week it did everything in the original series and then Duel Monsters, and then it looped, and this time around it's done everything in Duel Monsters, then GX, then it did the Battles Beyond Time movie without doing 5Ds. It was about to start Duel Monsters again, and then it started 5D. It was like someone went, whoops! Marina, Gary, my apologies if I give you cause for concern. Assessing the state of affairs here in Asari has proven difficult. To put it simply, the people, one and all, refuse to speak with me. They simply bow their heads and turn away at my approach. Knowing the blasphemy originated here, I cannot help but wonder if it has aught to do with their silence. Perhaps you could attempt to engage with the people in my stead. Surely I have no cause to deny you, the two of you. I should hope not. Yet unless I will don a disguise, unless I draw undue attention. Come, Lena. Let's see what we can discover. Thank you, both of you. Yeah, that's the dub. So let that be how it affects your decision if you want to go check it out or not. For me? Oh no. Not season 0. I should have been more careful with my words there. Specifically, Duel Monsters. I owe a great debt to Lord Hien. If not for him, I'll be fighting under the Imperial standard. The village suffered dearly under my occupation. Small. Our Lord failed to punish the Viceroy for our crimes. He failed to reunite many with their loved ones. I understand why some would think poorly of him, even if I do not. Well, I'm pretty sure almost all of us did. I'd also argue not many of his decisions were all that stupid. get a bar to level 100 and get to the, well actually no, it's level 99. Yeah, it's level 99 and get to a specific part in Dawn Trail and it could be yours. A blasphemy. You are mistaken, my friend. Our village was soon not by a monster, but a kami. Is a nami. Where our Lord here is called a callous. She offers boundless compassion and love. Sir? Sir, I have played Persona 4. I have played Persona 4 on this stream. Izanami is nothing that you just described. That's right. The blasphemy was born of a young woman here in Asara. Tragic, really. Every day she prayed for the safe return of her husband. It was not to be. If I am to be honest, I fear the loss drove her poor mother-in-law mad. Gassi has never ever been a devout believer in the kami and their blessings. But she somehow convinced herself that Minato has become one. The delusions of a grieving parent. Oblivious, but an alarming number of people have come to share her belief. Here, heresy is what ice is. I think the only thing I can consider a stupid decision 4Kids made with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dub is not doing the last season of GX. Maybe a couple of their jokes? Controversial opinion. But I think the Shadow Realm is a far more terrifying concept than just dying. I see. Little wonders they would refuse to confide in me. The belief held by some that this blasphemy is a kami, however, it is quite concerning. Izanami presides over life and death. She gave birth to the nation of Doma, and ushers souls in the heart into the land of the dead. I trust you understand what it would mean to deny them a source of hope in such dark times. Even one such as this. The villagers also claim that Cassie can speak for the dead. In fact, she will be holding a gathering to demonstrate her power ere long. The perfect opportunity to gauge the extent of their fanaticism. Not for me, of course. My presence would draw undue attention. Might I ask you both to attend my stead? The followers will be gathering at the tavern. Come. Spirit of Asari, I beseech you, lend me your voice and let your presence be known. Cross the veil to carry on more. Father? Still tending the nets? Like I taught you. Yes, Father. Every day, thanks to you, we will never want for fish. Our bellies are never empty. I am proud to be your son. I was always too embarrassed to tell you before, but... And I am proud to have been your father. May you be blessed by the sea's bounty. That's... Father, what's wrong? He is in terrible pain, my child. Those who have cheated death staying yet live. It was disrupted the natural order and the spirits suffer for it. What must we do to ease their pain? Fear not. Izanami shall put to rights. She will claim the souls not long for this world and deliver unto the hereafter. When the work is finished, your father's spirit and all others will find peace. Can you find my father? Can you speak with him for me? Kissy, could you come here with my husband? What about my family? Help me, Kissy, please. So, is Kissy's ability all that she plays? No. No, it is not. A young man spoke with his dearly departed father, though. Through her? I find that rather hard to believe. Even so, those other 10 disappeared, quite convinced, my lord. And I suspect a great many of the villagers I spoke to me for as recently are as well. Everywhere I went, the people were in such pain. There was nothing I could do or say to get them solace. Yet for all their anguish, there's not been a single report of villagers turning since this incident with Tombo's brother. Which could only mean word I could see, and their ability to speak with the deceased to spread. The belief we could commune with our loved ones in death is a comfort far beyond my power to provide. Though I fail to see how the people will abide the kami, claiming innocent lives to restore order. She comes! Izanami! The blasphemy, here. That has to be in Garlemald, though. Lord Ian, the Kami, she appeared as if from nowhere. But then the next instant, this poor man was... So we were too late. You recognized him then? Curious that he and the blasphemy's first victims were former conscripts. What could the fiend be after, I wonder? It does not become speak ill of the kami. I understand you have come to investigate the rumors of a monster born of our village. A blasphemy, you call it. But you are sorely mistaken. My daughter-in-law, Minato, was chosen to serve as a vessel for his family. I witnessed her ascension with my own eyes. Minato, please. Cannot. I won't. There's no logic in it. No justice. The Witcher Dome is spared. Give it a second chance. My husband, condemned to die as a conscript. I never knew what became of him. Lord Ian can't give me even that. And when I look at the families he made whole of their happiness, I feel the hole in my heart. A gaping wound that will never heal, begin to bleed. Only at my beloved's side will I find peace. You mustn't lose faith, Minato. All will be well. Trust in the kami. And it's a Nami. I want to believe, but Nami has come to bring peace to the souls of the departed, to restore balance between their world and ours. Surely you would not dare to defy the will of the kami. This balance you speak of has claimed the lives of two innocents who recently returned to us. I will not accept that the kami will condone such cruelty. No crueler than the sight of Yatsuyu free and forgiven, while my husband and son fought Garlemald's wars, now dead and forgotten in a foreign land. With all due respect, Lord Tien, is it not your duty to protect Doma and her people? How are we to place our faith in the man who places the enemy's safety and well-being above that of his own subjects? Only the kami are deserving of our adoration, as they have always been. At least this one didn't happen when we were fighting something. Are no doubt loath to ask it of me. The preparations must be made for burials and funerals. I can offer that much at least. You seem distracted during our conversation with Cassie. Is something the matter? The echo. The blasphemy was indeed born of Minato. The player witness to such horror. How her mind must have struggled to comprehend what she saw. But
was a woman of faith. Perhaps her only surviving family, becoming one with the divine, was the only reality in which she could come to terms. I believe I know what must be done. I will pray for faith fervor does not drive her to oppose us. Come, let's return to the enclave.
Okay, yeah, this one's a bit far. But yeah, the Shadow Realm has so much more implications than this dude is now dead. For instance, we know the afterlife is a very definitive thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! We literally see it!
From what you told me of your vision, the nature of Melito's despair, as well as the focus of her eye, is clear. Just plain she was a good-natured and kind-hearted woman, grieving for the loss of her husband. This loss alone may not have been enough to turn her. My failure to hold Jatsu into account together, with the sight of other families reunited, compound the turmoil in her broken heart. A path to despair paved by good intentions, my good intentions. The truth that will weigh heavy on my conscience until the dying day. Melito was prepared to die in sadness, rather than live in hatred. As she could have seen the beast she has become, she would implore us to stop her. Which is why we must find others who have returned to us in the prisoner exchange, before they come to harm. Once her safety is assured, may we hunt down the blasphemy and bring her close to this tragedy.
And furthermore, we also know reincarnation is a thing. Not that your soul needs to be reincarnated, because Yugi is very blatantly a reincarnation of a 10. And when the 10 tells the Azulai Seto is there, but Seto's also reincarnated, so you get what I mean.
Alina, you have come to ask the blasphemy. I have not to share. As of yet, Shinobi have yet seen no sign of the beast. The returns, however, are all accounted for. Lord Hien has seen them safely to King Can. As such, he is presently assisting with the hunt. For a blessing, there are no reports of other villages turning. And yet, when the situation takes a turn for the worse, there's a matter I fear warrants further investigation. See. Though a villager of the side, I suspect she may in fact hail from my home, Sui no Sato.
What was your first clue, Yuguri?
Knowing they were beloved to answer my inquiries, I entreat the Kojin to accompany instead. The year tell that Princess Kurenai has made great strides in establishing stronger ties with the outside world, not to mention the casino. However, the cordial warmth turns strangely cold. If we are to learn more, I fear we have a little choice to go and speak with Suino Sato ourselves. A simple visit for you, I imagine. My banishment complicates matters. That said, it's been many years since I left home. Were I to disguise myself, I might well go unnoticed in your company. If you want to take the risk. Thank you. Let's make the honor quarter.
Yuguri, I am in good standing with the Ruby Princess. You're fine. It's nice how much Yugiri gets in this.
The garments I wore when we first met. It's sufficient, I think, to conceal my identity. How many years has it been since I last saw home? I am a shinobi of Doma, aye. But even as a child, I sought to ensure the safety and survival of Suino Sato. I was quite bold in those days, if not a touch reckless. And together with the other children, I often ventured beyond the borders of home. We yearned for adventure, and so one day we sought to behold the wonders of Doma. Imagine our horror to discover a city of ruin and ash. Imperial soldiers marching through the streets. We fled at the sight, but my haste. I lost my way in the below bamboo. It was there I first met a young boy named Shun. Sweaty mess as he swung his wooden sword with reckless abandon, ready to fulfill his duty as a samurai, he said. When I seen the destruction of which the Empire was capable, I too felt the need to protect my home. I joined him in his exercise, and yet, every day my resolve to protect those gone. Sadly, my elders refused to listen. They were content to remain hidden beneath the waves, and hopefully the Empire's notice. With a heavy heart I left in such strength, I believe we sorely needed, and I found it as a shinobi. But the people feared war and conflict would follow in my heels should I return. I do not begrudge them their decision, nor do I regret my own. Part of me is overjoyed at the thought of seeing home again. Hopefully to find the wishes of the Ruby Princess. However, would bode ill in my family. They suffered through my transgressions. Is it pie for their sake? Or remain not while I face the shinobi at your own home? Thank you. With that in mind, let's make for Suino Sato.
Don't worry, Yugiri. You are still very, very reckless. Also, I'm pretty sure it wasn't actually the Ruby Princess herself who banished you.
All these years, yet not appears to have changed since the day I left. But now is not the time to reminisce. We have work to do. Seized the departure of Suino Sato was likely decades ago. Most of the village elders will know why she was chose to leave. See? The name sounds familiar, yeah.
Apologies, friends. Memory is not what it once was.
Let's seek out another.
D9. Bots! Prepare for bots! Now, down the hatches! We have bot alert!
Has been some time since I last heard that name. She was a priestess of the village. She vanished after drawing the eye of the former Ruby Princess. What has become of her after all these years, I wonder? Please, is there anything else you can tell us? Yamaki was quite close with her, if memory serves. Perhaps you should seek her out. Mother, I had hoped to avoid my parents, but there's no other way. Regina, I'd like to ask you to take the lead. It's good to see you again. To what do we owe the honor of your visit? See, yes, we were close, but that was a long time ago. Still, if I can't be of sisters to the woman we owe so much, I will share all I know. Cassie was born to a family of priests, and even at her early age, she was possessed with extraordinary abilities. Much was expected of her, but everything changed the day she said she could speak with the dead. No one believed her at first, but she continued to insist she could, and strove to prove it by demonstrating knowledge well beyond her years. Knowledge of events of which she could not have been privy. Word of her talent eventually reached the Ruby Princess, where she was summoned to Suisho to hold the Violet Tides for a private audience. No one knows what Cassia said to her in the palace, only that the princess was incandescent to her age in order to correct something. Some believe Cassie revealed a terrible secret to the royal house, or perhaps she spoke a blatant falsehood that proved her a lie. Indeed, knowledge she came to divine from the dead was not always truthful. But who could say his dead would know the truth, or not speak it until to the sea? Oscar would never be certain if it was simply fantasy or power divine. The only thing is certain is that no small number of people found comfort in her words. I thought I could tell you more, and sadly I've not seen her spoken with Cassie since her banishment. Forgive me, but have I met your companion before? She looks familiar. Oh, do I get revenge? Do I get revenge for what she did with Xenos? Or do I help her out? Hey, Yagiri. Yagiri. This is a very, very dumb idea for me to do. A very, very dumb idea for me to do. Like, an idea of maybe 1v1ing one of those powerful beings on all of Heidelin. I'm not that cruel. Is that so? For the briefest moment, you reminded me of someone quite dear to my heart. Being a shinobi, I presume you have heard tales of Yugiri Mistwalker? Did you get a chance to meet her? Let me ask you to deliver her a message. Tell her that her mother and father love her. That we could not be more proud of her. I will. I have no doubt she feels the same. And not a day goes by without you in our thoughts.
See, I bailed you out there.
I believe we have heard enough. Shall we return to Onokoro? My apologies for placing you in such a peculiar situation. But I must confess, it did my good to see my mother and father. All the more reason I must do all I can to keep the peace. But Shinobi of Doma, no, it's a matter of the Eastern Alliance. Mayhap there will come a day when Suino Sato opens to the world. A day when Yugiri Miss Walker can be reunited with her mother and father. Would that Lord Hien could be afforded the same opportunity. Lord Kayan and Lady Mina have long since passed. Two of too many lives lost in the Imperial occupation. I cannot imagine he would ever succumb to despair. But make no mistake, Lord Hien knows the pain of his people all too well. I can see it in his eyes. And if I may be honest, it troubles me at times. But perhaps I have said too much. Come, we mustn't keep on waiting.
I absolutely adore Yugiri. That moment. Ian, I'm gonna ask you to wait for a moment. I'm just gonna find a better place to talk about this sort of thing. This will especially do. What the hell are you doing there? So, I do enjoy like Yugiri a lot. She has great design. She had an incredible entrance way back in ARR. She ended up being one of the most reliable people we had as an NPC. Long before even some of the silence actually started to pay off. She was a great introduction to the new species they were adding with the Aura. But so... The thing about that one moment is I cannot figure out... Like, there is ways you can set it up for Yugiri to try and assassinate Zeus. Even though it was so blatantly a terrible idea.
Because unlike other members of people that we work with whose regular streaks are much more overt, Yugiri until that moment always came off as one of the most reserved, practical, and level-headed people that we had encountered. It genuinely feels like at that exact point in time, Yugiri turned into someone else entirely, only to then revert back to herself following that moment's conclusion. If, for instance, there was some reason why they thought that they could actually take him and the plan would work and we actually had to talk Yugiri into doing it, that I might see it worked out. Or have Xenos actually attack Sueno Sato. Have him actually hit the home of the merfolk under the seas. Because the way it stands, that level of her having such a moment of passion is so hard to justify. But if she was motivated by a much more base, passionate emotion like rage, I could see it. If her or ninja or her shinobi order had ordered her to do it, because we were actually would be doing this big epic move with a whole bunch of ninjas that would ultimately fail because it was Xenos. That also would have probably made more sense. It's just the sheer fact it was just me and Yugiri. And everyone saying this was a terrible idea. So ultimately, I don't associate with Yugiri. I can't associate with Yugiri. Because there's not Yugiri in that moment. Anyway. Enough of me rambling. Right? I've done the ninja storyline. I know there are ninja clans. Having Yugiri with her clan making a move, that would have been cool. And it also served to just do what the point of it was, showcase how level big a threat he was. Welcome back. I trust your journey will be an enlightening one. So she does, in fact, hail from Sueno Sato. You say she has possessed these divine gifts since childhood? Genuine or no? The other people here leave her, more flock to her side with every passing day. Journeys are safe with the King Cat, as the fences boasted. As for the blasphemy, I have spoken with our confederate allies, among others, and together we will establish a network of contacts across the length and breadth of Doma to take up the search in earnest. Mark my words, we will find it. Too soon. The classmates have yet been sighted on the coast. For mercy, there is no reported casualties as of yet. Just a woman I was hoping to see. No sooner had we cast wide our net than a Confederate messenger was at our door. If you would join us, the show awaits us our arrival on another corner.
Bam, bam, ba-da-da. Are we already on number 4? There'll be 2 after this one. Well. But one of them should come in person once again. Mayhap these blasphemies truly are threats.
Indeed they are. And I was told you and yours sighted their quarry quite recently. Aye, that we did. Near the Isles of the Shoal Rock. The beast appears to be docile by all accounts. It appears this could be deceiving. It is, as you say. This blasphemy has eyes only for full conscience. Then we are not fear. Just those we accepted to our care are still yours and future. Enjoying the finest of Dorman hospitality.
I know not why I came to the Ruby Sea, nor why I remain silent. But we act quickly. There is a chance we can take it in our ways. I propose we divide our forces. If you're willing to go ashore, we'll take a ship and circle the island. First to find will have the honor to the kill.
A simple enough plan. Shall we go be off to Shoal Rock then? This is where the blasphemy was last sighted. But the fates are kind. This will all be over soon. Speed. I doubt even my falcons can keep pace with it.
Bah! Don't tell me to blasphemy flying off in the distance.
I hope the yellow will be with me in fight, my compel will be to stay and fight. Perhaps less a Minotaur remains like thought.
Minotaur? That monstrosity was Minotaur?
You knew her?
family tried to flee to Ingashi during the occupation. Their ship was raided and sunk. When we happened upon the wreckage, she was huddled between her parents and a piece of flotsam. That's where they keep warm. They are long since growing cold. We took her to Onokoro, where we nursed her back to health. I can imagine what horror she must have witnessed. The mere sight of our weapons was enough to make her start screaming. She was clearly unfit for our trade, so we sought a village that might take her in. Sorry it was that village. Several months later, I chanced to meet her on this very beach. She was in the company of a young Ori fisherman. I knew once she had found more than a home here there. So there many times after that, she found something comforting about this place, I think.
According to the reports of tragic hands, the memories of the lives of those who return can influence the behaviors of this vessel. Well, perhaps Minato's memories are what compelled the beast to come here.
It would also explain his timid nature. Minato was never one for violence. The sight of you, blade drawn, or dust stirred with alone the woman's remains the monster.
If that's the case, then something Kinkan is unlikely. Guarded as it is by our samurai. But how are we to fight an enemy so quick to flee at the first sign of danger?
Robbed our parents, our husband, and our life. Or rather, we didn't have to at all. I understand full well the risk we take by doing nothing. If we catch sight of the blasphemy again, we'll be the first to know. But that's the next time we can put our soul to rest.
Would you like a quiet melody in your time? There's not to do for now but bide our time. Come, let us return to the Enclave. Given what we have learned, it seems likely the blessing will return to Shoal Rock. But that knowledge will avail us not if we cannot prevent it from escaping again. Lord Tian, on the behalf of the people of Asari, we are come with a request. We welcome you with open arms and open hearts. What is it you would ask of? Those returned to us in the prison exchange have been granted shelter at Kinkan. That they yet live is an affront to the Kame's the grand design, and the spirits of our beloved ones suffer for it. Balance must need be restored, and so I beseech you to render them unto the goddesses Izanami. Absolutely not. It is not our place to pray for the deaths of others, nor draw steel to stay by mere bloodlust. When I take a life, be it by my command or my own hand, I do not in the service of vengeance, but uphold my duty to Doma and her people. How dare you did your mercy for Yotzi you serve your duty? How are your people made better by the sight of her walking free? For her crimes and her cruelty, I cut her down the day we took Doma Castle. I sought to kill her, and by rights she should have died there, then and there. But the Kami willed otherwise, and returned to us alive, bereft of her memories. With no recollection of her deeds, it would have been Tsuyu who faced punishment, not Yotsuyu. This was my judgment, and for it you were denied the justice you deserved. You have every right to resent me. But you can't come before me and ask that I sacrifice men and women, whose only crime was to suffer, to be commanded to a life of servitude. If you truly believe your cause to be sacrosanct, believe yourselves fit to bear the burden and swing of the sword, and step forward. Sophistry and lies. They were meant to die. The spirits demand it. Are these the words of the dead, or the living who yet mourn? Word of Asari's priestess and her gifts has spread far and wide, and I thought to see the truth for it myself. By coincidence, I crossed paths with a traveller hailing from the self-same village, with a mind to return as well, but alas could not. And so he bid me to deliver a missive in his stead. Judging by the striking resemblance, I take it you are the young fisher Akitsu. This is a letter from my father. He was severely wounded in battle, but experts expect to make a full recovery. He's alive. But that would mean... Surely a woman of your tales can divine a plausible explanation for this turn of events. You shall pay for this continually. My daughter will make certain of that. Apologies for the abrupt and otherwise unannounced arrival. As you can see, my Lord Hien, I have returned. Full glad am I for it. Thanks to your timely arrival, we have given the lie to Orkakisi's claims of preternatural powers. I gather you are appraised of recent events? Aye. It did not take long to learn of the state of affairs here in Doma, and that my assistance may be required. I heard tales of Kisi channeling the dead, including the father of one young fisherman. Imagine my surprise when I saw this spirit in the flesh. He was also on a pilgrimage paying respects to the departed, and we chanced to meet in a liberation front infirmary. Would that we not be brought back together in such circumstances? I'm glad to see you all here, Lordy. I'm way out of practice for Gosetsu's voice, so apologies. something the matter. I wish to apologize, Lord Hugh. What's wrong with me to say the things I said? I understand nothing could bring my father back. My father. I was so angry. Please, Temple. You needn't apologize. It's just my brother was always so brave. My father's death was more than he could bear. I turned him into that monster. If he wasn't brave enough, what chance do I have? I wanted to perform the rites for father, but the body was never returned to us, so... Not that I blame you for that, Lord Tian. I understand nothing could be done. That Kitsuka's father survived is nothing short of a miracle. I fear he is indeed the rare exception. I have offered prayers at more graves than I could count. It would be cruel to give others the false hope that their loved ones might return. And yet Cassie continues to do just that, offering comfort with her lies. A tempering but ephemeral balm for the wounds I've yet to heal. Much like the anger some harbor for you, resentments for the family restored while their remains broken. But for those like that poor boy whose hearts lacked age for hatred, who know only sadness and despair. Aye, they too may turn. Exposing the truth that Cassie's deception hasn't helped matters. If we are to prevent more suffering, we must pursue a lasting solution. I am most grateful for your counsel, Kosetsu. There's more I wish to learn from your pilgrimage. Whether it's aught you require, I say the word, and I shall be done. It's the least I can do for the part I played in Yotsu's tragedy. I failed her in the end, but I will not fail you, my lord. Thank you again for your aid, Julina. The day's events have given me much to consider. When our next step is decided, you'll be the first to know. You didn't think we were doing an entire story in Doma without Kosetsu, did you? Effectively, there have been no sightings of the blasphemy since our first encounter showed up. As Satsui surmised, it seems to fear confrontation. We, for our part, try to make good use of the intervening calm. Even now, Lord Ki and Kosetsu discuss how we might prevent other villagers returning. But if you would hear for a moment, we would no doubt wish to hear your thoughts on the matter. Melina, so glad you could come. As Yagiri no doubt explained, the blasphemy continues to elude us, and so we have turned our attention to other matters we can discuss. After long discussions on such much deliberation, we believe we found a means to ally the growing malaise of our people. If you would, Kosetsu. The idea came to us after considering young Tenbo's remarks about his father, whose body was never found to return to Doma. Others no doubt share in his melancholy, unable to bury and mourn their loved ones as their right. But simply, they cannot make peace with their loss. Their anguish, if left to linger, may consume them as well. That we might provide the people of Doma with comfort and closure, we will hold a national funeral at the Swallow's Compass. Those who choose to attend will be asked to present personal effects of the deceased they wish to be enshrined there. Spells reside in all things, be they living or inanimate. And though we may die as part of our lives and the items we cherish most in life, Therein lie the remains. These belongings will be afforded a place in the royal mausoleum, that the spirits of those lost to us may find their way home to us. Doma, and to at least one peace. The announcement has already been made, and a great many people who are now engaged in the difficult task of deciding which keepsake to serve as their offering. It's not a decision to be made lightly. I suspect they will may have made up their minds by the time we go to collect their chosen tokens. I also hope to learn more about the departed from those willing to speak with me. To break free of their sorrow, they must seek joy in the memories and their lovely share with the departed, and I will help them find it. Might the Livery of the Doma be willing to favour the people with their presence as well? I doubt not that they will appreciate the gesture. Good. Yagiri, I leave the people of Sari to you. Utsetsu, I'd ask you to...
Apologies, my lord, but there is a small but most urgent matter I must attend to first.
Very well. I shall not pry. Now, Rina, let us go and pay a visit to the good people of Nima. Right then. Before we begin, I would remind you that you need only listen to the tales of their loved ones. As overseer of the ceremony, it is my duty to deliver their effects personally. Because of this, it is one of the utmost importance that we keep clear of any beasts that might do damage our cargo. It goes without saying how important it is that our offerings are delivered in pristine condition. Now we don't get to you in a fight while heavily encumbered. The stealth or flight are not options. I must ask you fight for us both. We need well lest the occasion arises. For now, let us be off. I must thank you again, Lord Tien, for this honor. My son would have been overjoyed to know his katana would be enshrined to Swallow's compass. Nay, the honor is mine. I'm sure your son was a fine warrior. Aye, and so was I once upon a time. A samurai is what happens. Summer see your father when the Empire first invaded our lands. Though we were defeated, our spirits broken. My son Matsui, he was determined to follow in my footsteps. He gave his everything to honoring his skill with the blade. When I watched him train, I felt the pride I thought I had forsaken to regress to his former glories. Alas. A vagabond of some sort. The blood of Plato and fought for Garlemald, fear of what the Imperials would do to me. It was plain he was a loving son and a warrior true. I will carry for his blade as if it were my own. As he had given the honor and respect due, the samurai on you. My husband, my dear sweet Mariah, has never returned for Garlow, but as not my soul, Lord of peace. Please take this pity and brush to the swallow's compass. I shall handle it with the utmost care. We trouble you more to tell us more about your husband. Mariah was a kind and gentle soul. There was nothing he loved more than the world they create. A brush never left his side, nor even when he tended the fields. And his spare moments was dedicated to his craft, and produced the most wonderful vistas of Yangxia. It was his dream to take us to Kugane, and would become a famous artist, though he was captured. In the early days he was sent drawings of the places they took him. Though I know not how, when more time began to pass between each arrival, and then it stopped coming altogether. I know not in what far-flung land he died, but I pray he was as beautiful as his works. He sounds like quite a man, to hold fast to his art even before still endure such hardship. His soul will find peace, of that I have no doubt. It's quite large, but I would offer this on behalf of my brother and my father's Shiro. If you are willing, I very much like to hear more about them both. My father, he was a carpenter. He was a good man, if a bit stubborn. Always thinking about his work. The only time he ever seemed to enjoy himself was when he had a cup of sake in his hand. When my brother came of age, he took up the trade as well. He brought them closer, seeing them laughing over drinks together, and listening in silence to the crickets singing under the moonlight. I wanted to join them one day. This was their favourite sake. I thought they might miss it. I'm sure it will taste all the sweet, having come from you. I really is no one could ever replace your brother or father. If you allow, I would be honoured to share drinks with you in their stead. When you're of age, of course. This should be everything. Would you join me for a short retreat before I return back?
But I really, really do not send this image. I might need to do something.
They put on brave faces, but the people in I are still racked with grief. The same at every village I have visited in recent days. It's only now that I am struck by the contradictory nature of my goals. Having joined the Eastern Alliance and taken steps to revitalize the young faith, I believe Doma was at last in the path to peace and prosperity. I still do, but by focusing so keenly on their future, I neglected the past that yet haunts my people. Even if they do not give in to the spell and become beasts that plague our lands, my poor Tomple's brother, how are we to truly move forward? We are constantly looking back. All things considered, I suppose it was only a matter of time before the subject was approached.
Ha! She cuts to the heart of the matter and the young lord for the best, I should think, for he cannot lead by example if he has not yet made peace with his own heart first. A thousand apologies, my lord. I was passing, though, tending to the matters of which I spoke earlier, when I chanced to hear familiar voices in the distance. If I may be so bold, the people of Doma one and all understand the source of your pain. To lose your father in the turmoil of failed rebellion, the staggering duty that the throne thrust upon you. Aye, how could you even begin to mourn when first you had a... It would behoove you to take part in the funeral rites, my lord. Take this time to make peace with your past, while it's still yours to spend. But likely, if not impossible, were you to become a monster as well, Doma will surely be lost.
I thank you for your counsel, Kositsu. But if I may ask, why does he keep your blade at the ready? I thought this personal matter of yours to be not a trifle. Or am I mistaken?
Well, I find the katana a superior tool for peeling pursuits. Speaking of which, I do believe my stomach begs for sustenance. If you excuse me.
Training. To help slay the blasphemy, no doubt. Fitting that you should offer me counsel. You have refused to heed my head. He is not the warrior he once was, but he is wise. Our obtuse friend. If I am to be perfectly honest, it frightens me to recall it. The moment it all came crashing down. We'd taken Doma Castle. Victory was ours. But then we looked out and saw the banners of the 12th Legion marching towards us. The crown prince. No sooner had Kositsu and I escaped than we received word that Zeus had slain my father. I remember how the fight went on to Kositsu in an instant. How he wept for his lord while I felt the weight of the profound duty bear down upon my shoulders. Crushing, suffocating. The heat of my own breath, the chill of my clammy palms. The duty demand I have mastered of my emotions. And all those around me, Kositsu included, were consumed by anger and thirst for vengeance. I had to be in control. Under my orders we dispensed and fled to fight another day. this day, I have not stopped to reflect on my father's death. How could I, devoted as I am to finding Doma's way forward? But now I must. And so I have taken you into my confidence. Would you see this through to me, to journey's end? The keepsake I would offer up for the funeral is hidden in a place not easily reached. We will have to fly there, I'm afraid. But worry not. My yacht will carry us. Just a moment. We seek is Plum Spring in the mountains. Shall we? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay. My parents would bring me here for Hanamai as a child. Its beauty and serenity was such that I could forget the realities of the occupation. Indeed, some of my fondest memories of family are here, which is precisely why I chose this place to conceal the singular gift my father bequeathed me as a child. Son Wukong! Charming, is it not? A great prosperous Keating de Shang, said to reside somewhere along the Darien Channel. In those days, anyone and everyone knew the tale of his palace. Reckless boy that I was, everyone tried to seek him out, but they might help us. I buried the year shortly after coming of age ceremony. It seemed a fitting place for my childhood, and offer a final goodbye to my mother. More a keepsake of mine than his, to be sure. But he was never a man of worldly possessions. Still, I suspect he would allow himself a rare smile if he were to see it again in all these years. That is precisely how I wished the widow. At the smile. I should go without saying, everyone had it not become known that I kept this doll. We don't want children to grow jealous now, would we? And with that, I believe it's time we return to the Enclave. By the way, Ian, I kind of know where Son Wukong is. Thought him a beat him even. We are yet more villages to visit and offerings to collect. The preparations are proceeding apace. Soon the people may well have less cause to be tempted down the path of despair. Of course, there still remains the problem of the blasphemy. The former conscripts will remain at the Kinkin. It has just been dealt with. You will slay the beast in due time. But before that, I would be honored if you were present at the funeral rites. Pray speak with your dear when you next visit Young. She will tell you more of the proceedings. Yeah,
I'll be right back. As awesome as this glam looks, I am not going to a funeral like this. I will take this one apart now. Much better. Don't even need to dye anything, actually. Sorry, it's just... the tone is not working. Your timing is impeccable. We but moments ago completed preparations for your funeral. I will inform Lord Hien of your arrival. You're right here. Excellent. The blasphemy continues to shun our settlements, and I have been to make the most of the time as the absence affords us. I assure you, we are planning to take part in the ceremony. Glad to hear it. Unfortunately, Gosetsu will not be joining us today. He's injured himself, as I knew he would with his secret training, and now grumbles with his confines of his bed. But he will be fine in due course. We may worry over the convalescence after the funeral. Consequences. Ian? I don't want to alarm you, but, you appear to be an instance. The village should survive very long. Then we may begin. Lord Ian, I apologize, my lord, for my past transgressions. I yearned to believe my daughter was a Kami reborn, but you were right. She is a monster. Words can ill express my shame for advocating the conscripts be sacrificed to appease the dead. Nay, the ceremony shall share far, far better. And so, as a humble citizen of Doma, I offer my deepest gratitude and beg for your forgiveness. I will make an offering on behalf of my husband and son, as well as my dear, sweet Minato. I throw myself at your mercy, Lord Hien, and honor a place with your mother, Osalin, that their spirits may know peace. There is no need to beg for forgiveness, Cassie. Please pass. Did you not pay attention to who was next to him? She will come for you. By the Kami, she gave her life to draw out the blasphemy. Who would have seen that coming? Everybody knows what time it is. For me to embarrass myself.
Apologies for the untimely arrival, my lord. But Setsu, what is that staff? Pilgrimage proved a more enlightening experience, and as well a chance to discover the benefits of aesthetic training. I may no longer be fit to wield the blade, my lord, but Shungado affords me another way to turn the tide of battle. Stubborn as hell. I shall have to thank you later. Let us put an end to this. And now the real song of our rewards. that song so much. Da 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 da. Savor to the bitter end, but she is still the daughter of Doma. She will have a proper burial, and the family's belongings are shrouded with the others. I have gathered you here today not to speak for the future, but to reflect on the past, to pay respect to the loved ones fallen on the field of battle, and honour other sacrifices. These sons and daughters of Doma shall be given a place here at the Swallow's Compass. Though they no longer walk with us in life, they walk with us in spirit. Pray never forget their bravery, that the memories of the legacy give you comfort and strength. Maria Mataka, the aspiring painter. He was a man who saw the beauty in all things, and one day would become a renowned artist in Kugane. Motsuya Jito, the warrior in training. He longed to become a samurai like his father, and bring honor to his family. Suzuyo Kudanaki, a carpenter, a man wholly dedicated who hoped to one day pass his talents on to his two loving children. And lastly, Minato Shigashiki and her mother-in-law Kisi. There was once a happiness to be envied. Minato's parents were murdered by Imperial soldiers, and after being rescued by the Confederacy, Minato was given into the care of the village of Isari. Though she arrived with a broken heart, it was soon mended by a man with whom she became her husband, the Kun of Kisi, who himself had been born to Isari on the winds of tragedy. Kasi was a child of the deep, born in Serene of Sato. For her gifts she was exiled, with her courage and tenacity found a new home on the shores of the Ruby Sea. She was a devoted wife and mother, and though not related by blood, she loved Minato as if she were their own. This is how she lived, how they all lived, and how they should be remembered. Let your heart swell not with sorrow, but with joy for the memory. Know that the proof of the mark has left in the world, this world shall remain here, enshrined within the Swallow's Compass, for all eternity. Let us still our voices and in silence pray for their souls, that they may share in their peace felt. Yes, Bard Glam. I can only do these quests as a ranged character, so it has to be Bard, Dancer, or Mechanist. Well, I certainly wasn't expecting battle with a blasphemy as a prelude to the ceremony. At least, now we may breathe easy, if only a short while. The villagers have already turned home, and I have believed it is time we did the same. This may have helped me with something I was stuck on with my writing, so I'm glad I did this. We've held a national funeral and slain a blasphemy besides. A rather productive day, would you not agree? The former conscripts will be elated to finally return home. Speaking of returns, I think I shall speak for us all when I say your appearance at this world's compass came as something of a shock. What of your injuries from training?
Quite painful for some time, I assure you. Despite my best efforts to retain my former skills, my back and hips vigorously protested. I planned to sleep that I might be well rested for tomorrow's hunt. A voice called out to me. I was needed, so I grabbed my cane and ran as quickly as my ailing body would allow.
The cane suits you, Tatsu. Your mastery of healing magics was a sight to behold. Always a surprising resurrection all the cousin.
I am still but a novice in dire training. It is my hope that I will be able to refine my aesthetics whilst during my next pilgrimage.
So, you are leaving then?
Worry not, Lord Hill. Should you find yourself in dire straits once more, I shall fly to your side. Not as a samurai, perhaps. I will nonetheless give our enemies cause to trouble. And with that, I take my leave.
Though I may be yours, not decades until... Years, and not decades until we truly make peaceful at last. We'll truly crown upon the begun to heal. We may look to the future and burn by grief and mourn and sadness tonight. The path ahead is ever fraught with peril. We shall walk it with eyes unclouded and with pride. You have done so much for us for Doma. I wish there was more I could do for you. If I may ask you one last favor. Before you leave, perhaps inform the representative that close at hand that the philosophy has been vanquished. The people of Doma are safe. With any luck, our experiences here will prove useful to other nations. But yet grapple with these beasts. It's sad, you know. Whilst we're doing all this wrapping up of different characters we met along the way, the caster one was very much a love letter and epilogue for a Heaven's Word. The ranged one has been another one for Stormblood. Shadowbringers doesn't get that. Granted, Shadowbringers ended as well as it can. Lady Relina, you have returned. What word from Doma? The blasphemy is no more. That is most wonderful news. I must inform the other delegates at once. Thank you again for answering our summons. If our threat should rear its dastardly head, I pray we can count on your assistance again. And that's another one down. All that remains. We're very close to it. So that will be next week. I was debating if I should do it tonight just to get it finally done. Work tomorrow will be busy and very tiring. And I sneezed 3 times this stream, so with increasing rate. So I probably should stop soon. I hope you all enjoyed that. Even if there was a little bit of a detour towards the end. Man. There's a good chance there is only 4 streams left. Maybe 3. And then we'll give 14 a little bit of a break. But man, this has been a long, long journey. Let us go find somebody to raid for tonight. What am I saying? I know exactly who I'm raiding. We're gonna go raid the Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Everybody go and enjoy some card games on motorcycles. I'm gonna go rest for a bit. But until next time, cheery bye. A cheery, cheery, cheery bye.